Hey everyone, it's Amy from the Dear Diary, and today I'm taking you along on my adventure to Death Valley National Park. Now you might be wondering, why is it called Death Valley? Well, back in the winter of 1850, a group of pioneers got lost here while searching for a shortcut to the California goldfields. Thinking they wouldn't make it out alive, they named it Death Valley. Although only one person actually died, the name stuck. Later, the area became famous for mining borax, a key ingredient in cleaning products, ceramics, and even gold mining that was once marketed as a cure-all for all kinds of ailments. It's hard to capture how beautiful Death Valley's rugged landscape can be. And did you know that many scenes from Star Wars were filmed here? The park's dramatic scenery have served as the perfect backdrop for the movies and also the Mandalorian. So if you're planning a trip here yourself, I'm sharing my 8 recommended places to see in Death Valley. The first stop is Dante's View. At 5,476 feet, you get a panoramic view of Death Valley, including Badwater Basin, which is 282 feet below sea level, the lowest point in North America. And fun fact, those white patches below aren't snow, they're salt. Next up is Zabriskie Point, one of the most photographed places in Death Valley. The rolling golden brown hills look otherworldly, shaped over time by water erosion. This is a prime spot for sunrise and sunset lovers. Ubehebe Crater was formed by a massive volcanic explosion thousands of years ago when molten lava met groundwater. The intense heat instantly turned the water to steam, creating an enormous pressure buildup that resulted in a catastrophic explosion. The result is a stunning crater 600 feet deep and half a mile across. You can hike the 1.8-mile rim trail, but heads up, there are no guardrails, so tread carefully. If you're feeling adventurous, you can also descend into the crater itself, but keep in mind the way down is easy and the way back up is a steep challenge. The landscape appears black because it is primarily dark volcanic ash, and the reddish-orange color is the exposed bedrock of the crater's walls. These sediments were deposited by streams and contain limestone, mudstone, and quartzite. Another must-visit spot is the Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes. These shifting dunes create dramatic ripples from wind moving the sand. They're named after the mesquite trees that managed to survive here, and fun fact, sand dunes only form in specific conditions, like a perfect mix of eroding mountains, wind, and natural barriers. Nearby, you'll find old stovepipe wells, an old mining outpost that once served as a crucial water source for early travelers. Today, it's a fascinating relic of Death Valley's past, giving visitors a glimpse into the harsh realities of life in the desert. For a more rugged terrain, visit the Devil's Golf Course, a vast expanse of jagged rock salt formations so sharp that only the devil could play golf on them. If you listen closely, you might hear tiny pops and pings. Those are billions of salt crystals bursting as they expand in the heat. These jagged formations were created over thousands of years as rain and wind eroded the salt left behind by the ancient Lake Manly. This prehistoric lake once covered much of the valley, reaching depths of over 600 feet before gradually evaporating. As the water disappeared, minerals concentrated and crystallized into the striking serrated landscape we see today. Another stunning spot is Badwater Basin, the lowest point in North America. The salt flats here cover nearly 200 square miles, creating an almost foreign landscape. Walking across the basin, you'll notice the intricate honeycomb-like salt formations formed by evaporation. Despite its name, the water in Badwater Basin isn't necessarily bad, it's just extremely salty. The constant cycle of rain, evaporation, and groundwater movement continues to shape these striking salt flats today, making them one of the most fascinating geological wonders in the park. A breathtaking spectrum of colors blankets the hills at Artist's Palette, where vibrant reds, oranges, yellows, blues, pinks, and greens are almost painted across the landscape. These hues come from volcanic deposits rich in iron oxides and chlorite, creating a mesmerizing rainbow effect. Also save time for the Artist Drive Loop, which meanders through hills shaped by the relentless force of water, offering stunning views of the rugged Black Mountains and the vast white salt flats. Though there are no designated trails along the loop, several pull-offs provide safe spots to park and explore this one-of-a-kind terrain on foot. And finally, Natural Bridge is a striking geological formation that draws visitors with its rugged beauty. A short hike offers a direct route to the bridge. While there isn't an official trail, simply walking up from the parking area will lead you right beneath the bridge, rising around 35 feet above the canyon floor and stretching the same distance in thickness. The bridge stands as a testament to the power of time and water. While rain is rare in Death Valley, over millennia, flash floods carved the canyon that the bridge now spans. At one point, the water shifted course slightly, running just north of the bridge's current location. This change in direction lowered the canyon floor above the bridge, and eventually the water returned to its original path, forming a hole beneath the span. Over time, the canyon floor dropped even further, leaving the bridge high and exposed for all to admire. So those are my top 8 places to check out in Death Valley National Park. We initially considered driving to Death Valley, but after realizing it's about an 8-hour drive from San Francisco, we decided to fly instead. We flew into Las Vegas and stayed in Pahrump, a small town located in Nevada just outside the park. The next morning, we drove into Death Valley and paid a $30 entrance fee for our car, which covers up to 7 days, though we spent 2 full days exploring the park. There are no gates at the entrance to Death Valley. Visitors simply pull over and pay the entrance fee on the honor system. There's also a rest area where you can use the restroom, and it tends to get crowded as it's the first stop for visitors after entering the park. The weather in Death Valley can be extremely varied. During our visit, we experienced temperatures that ranged from needing winter coats and hats to wearing shorts and tank tops, sometimes within the span of a few hours. While the park hosts visitors year-round, the best time to visit is from November to March when the temperatures are more moderate. For context, Death Valley holds the record for the highest air temperature ever recorded on Earth, 134 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 57 degrees Celsius. So as you can see, from salt flats to sand dunes to craters, this national park has so much to offer. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to me at the Dear Dyery for more travel adventures. See you next week.